Hello, welcome to another QA-Automan tutorial. Last time we talked about creating a flexible test. This is a single test case where you're able to test all test cases possible, either positive or negative. You can check that video out down below. Today we're going to talk about how to get and select drop-down values. So to do this, we need to go to our Facebook main page that I've created. And this is taking all the elements on Facebook. And if you noticed, I've been doing some testing beforehand. I got all these field elements, and I have found the locators for them, set them to elements, and created methods for them. I also set up a test case where we're going to continue creating our test sign up main page test case, but I need to get the information from birthday. So first off, we need to find our elements. So selecting this, I notice the ID month. For day and year, it's also ID day and then ID year. Something you should note, I have found a nice add-on called FirePath. This is very, very useful if you want to test selectors. So it tests XPath, CSS, and Sizzle. Because we're on CSS selectors, I like to use that mostly. You can always test it out. So if you click this button and highlight what you want, it was telling me if you use ID or hashtag or pound month, it will select this element, and it will also tell you how many matching nodes there are. To give you an example, if you're saying, oh, div and then input, and over here click evaluate, it's showing 9. And that's usually bad because you want specifically the new password versus the first name, last name field, any of those fields, because it will select those way before it will select password. So this is a really, really useful add-on. I recommend downloading it. It's add-on to Firebug on Mozilla. So back to adding our elements. So I'm going to duplicate this down. We had the ID. It was month, and I'm going to call this one drop down month. And then I remember it was day, and this one was year. So now that we have our elements, now we need to create our method to select values. If I take a look at this drop down here, under this select, you see that there are options. Value has a number, and then there's text. You can select by either. You can select by value. You can select by text. We're going to select by value. Because this it's a lot easier for us to select by value than it is text. So let's see, we're going to select August. So we're going to create our method, public void select month, and we're going to be passing in a string. And why a string? Because this value is a string. It is not an integer. So this is something to note. If you're trying to use an integer, it will not work. So remember, it is string. So string value. So we need to create a select. So a select object. New select. And the select that I'm using, for you guys to note, it is the Selenium support UI select. That's the one I am using. It's giving me an error because I need to pass in what am I using for this select object. Drop down month. This is the object, and I'm going to want to be selecting 8. So the value, it will be select.selectByValue. And we're going to pass in the value. So let's we're going to create this for also day and year. So we have our day, then we have our year. And let's rename these select day, select year. And actually I'm going to rename these. I'm going to call this B day month, B day day, and B day year. So now we can come over here, FB main page dot select month, which will be 8. We're going to do select day, and the day will be 20, and then select year. And you always want to double check with years and days. So these days are correlate with 3130 and all that. Year, okay, it is the actual year. I will set 1990. Okay, so we have our birthday. Um, so let's see how this goes. I'm actually going to put a thread.sleep here, just so we can see what our result will look like in the end. It's going to yell at me. I'm just going to add a surround catch. So let's run this. We should be seeing, oh, it's going to yell at me. We should be seeing August 20th, 1990. So run this test. QA-Automan ballot. There we go. August 20th, 1990. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to keep these a lot shorter moving forward. Just so I'm going to highlight specific features, and then if you ever need to resort back to one of these features, you can just watch the video and it won't take up too much of your time. So if you need to comment about anything, how things are going, you just want to give me a like, shoot me a comment, whatever, please do so. Don't forget to subscribe. If you need an example of any kind or if you want me to touch upon some kind of feature on Selenium or how to test a specific web page, please comment. I'm looking for challenges, so feel free to comment, and I will look forward to having you guys watch the next one.